Hi Pixies, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Minxie, and today I have an idea. So I'm gonna post a picture right here on the screen for you guys. This freaking image, right? So simple, but it just spoke to me. It really just spoke to me because I was wondering what I was gonna do with my peninsula, and I found it. I found what I'm gonna do because usually my peninsulas are at the back of the island, so I can keep those areas a little bit more natural like I like to do. But since the peninsula is like front and center, there's really no hiding it really. So I decided I'm gonna put a row of apartments on this little slice of land here, and that picture on Pinterest literally was screaming at me, and I have to do something similar to it. So I did already pre-customize a bunch of simple panels. I don't know how many of these I'm going to use exactly, but I am going to use the majority of these white window codes here, and even some of the ones with the little flower box in there. I think I might actually re-customize a couple to have the flower boxes as well, because I do want to have some medieval building sides on this thing too. And I had to go to a treasure island because I realized last minute that I didn't even have a clothesline DIY. Don't ask me how I missed that. I didn't have one, and I figured I would need it. So yeah, we're gonna just jump right into this, and I'm gonna hope to the Animal Crossing gods that this works. Okay, so sit back and relax, and let's get started with today's video. Okay, Pixies, so first I start with just building a cliff on top of the peninsula. This is why I love big peninsulas, because I can put freaking cliffs on it. Like, honestly, like that's the only reason why I always look for a giant peninsula. I can either waterscape the crap out of it or just throw a bunch of cliffs on it, and it's perfect. And even like a house sometimes, but I find that I never really put houses on my peninsulas now that I think about it. I think that's a rare occasion, and if there is a villager on a peninsula, 9 times out of 10 I just forgot about them and didn't just like had to come up with something last minute. But yeah, anyway, I think it is not rare, but it doesn't happen often where there's a build that's in my head for days. Like sometimes I'll think of something and be like, oh yeah, that's a great idea, but whatever, and then I'll forget about it or just do something else later on. But this particular one, I don't know, it really inspired me, and I actually really enjoyed putting this together, even though it was really, really frustrating, and it was really just really, it was just really like, and I was playing around with the simple panels a lot in this build. I was moving things around a lot, and I was having to leave the the simple panels out so that I could see which one I was grabbing, and that kind of made me wish I could see what I customized on the actual like icon in the pockets. Like I figured that would be a little too complicated to do, but I think that would be really helpful for especially for themes like this, and how tedious it is to customize everything. It would be nice to be able to see the customizations through the pocket window, but that's neither here nor there. But with this build, I really did spend a lot of time just playing around and seeing what went where, like what worked. And one issue that I found myself having was that it looked a little too, just a little too two-dimensional, because pink and white and the codes that I chose are really similar to each other. So it does look a bit, not two-dimensional, one-dimensional. Like I don't know what type of dimensional I'm talking about, but I think you guys get the gist. I'm actually looking around for like baby blue codes, like baby blue like window codes or something, and I saw a couple. I just can't remember, I just can't find them, but once I find them, I'm gonna switch out a couple and just add touches of blue here and there just to make it a little more three-dimensional. I think that's what I was trying to say, two-dimensional, three-dimensional. It was just looking a little flat basically, but I did really like it, and that's why I was like trying to figure out how to make it not look so flat, and I started playing around with, you know, the stall like the inspo pic had in it. Yes, there is a stall in there, but it was actually really hidden, but like I saw it, and I just decided to use the medieval building size, and I'm pretty sure I said that at the beginning of the video. That's what I ended up doing, and it helped so much. And while I was placing the, what is this code, the sidewalk code down, I was wondering if I should probably like have a different code underneath, but you know, no one's gonna see it, so it doesn't matter. I just don't want a lot of green sticking out, but there's only so much you can do with this limited amount of space anyway. So the way that I'm building on this island, I'm a little worried that I'm not gonna have room for like the main buildings, the museum and stuff, but that's actually, now that I said it out loud, that's probably not even gonna happen, because the museum and the shops are like probably some of the most important parts of a citycore island. I need to have those shops out, and my Nook's Cranny already upgraded, which is awesome, so I don't even have to worry about that. I haven't really thought of any builds just yet, but I do have a build kind of in mind for the museum, and I was kind of trying to take inspo from one of my previous islands where I did something kind of grand for the museum, but I think this time around it actually might be more understated, because the biggest build that I actually want to do is either a train station or the school. Like, I've been really wanting to try the school, and if you do hear any background noise, I'm so sorry. Like, the walls in this house are super thin, so just ignore that. But yeah, I really want to do a school. I already have window codes that would fit a school, and please ignore Vic's jump scary booty in the background there. He had the nerve to disrespect my island by showing up. It is what it is, okay? Like, the villagers are just gonna wander and I have to get used to it, so I just be ignoring them, okay? Because I'm not even playing the hotel on this island. But anyway, I did see on Pinterest that someone used the pink variant of the silos to like make like buildings or something, like chimneys and stuff. I saw some use those brick ovens, but they turned them backwards to make it look like a factory. So I have a lot of ideas swirling around in my head right now for this build, and I'm actually, the more I'm like looking it up, the more I'm like kind of touring islands, not really touring, but watching videos of tours of citycore islands. I'm getting really excited, because it turns out that this island isn't as impossible as I convinced myself that it would be. It is hard, and I'm not going to say that it's not hard. It is really hard, but Animal Crossing definitely has a lot of items that work for citycore, so you just kind of have to get a little creative in what you're doing. And since citycore, it's not an unpopular theme, there's a lot of inspo out there, and you just kind of have to find the one that fits your vibe. And that's what happened with me while I was looking around. I found one creator who did this beautiful pink and white city, and if I can find the name of that creator, I will put it in the description. I can't find the name of this particular creator, but if I find her, I will put her in the description down below. But this creator just did such a good job with their island, and I was even thinking of doing like a quick little island tour video just to show you guys around the island, and to show you guys where I'm drawing some of this inspo from. And then also I'll be posting inspo pics and all of that stuff on my community tab as well, so stay tuned for that. But I think the trick for citycore, at least for me, I have to start small and work my way to the bigger builds. And I think I'm finding it easier to tackle the smaller spaces first. And usually in my natural islands, I do the bigger spaces first, because I just find it easier to get that out of the way and then worry about the tiny spaces later. But in citycore, like, it has to be really detailed. So like those small spaces are the ones that I'm like hyper fixating on. I said in my last city video on this island that I wanted to do a flea market or something by the resident services, between the flower shop and the resident services. So am playing with that, but I'm not exactly sure what that's gonna be though. Like, I don't know how that's gonna look, but it's such a weird area. It might just be one of those courtyards, because in the city I live in, you will find a random street that's completely blocked off and it's just covered with like random chairs and tables and people are just sitting there. You might see a little food truck there, or like someone selling you something, or like it's just a place where people just come and sit in the middle of the city. So I think I might do that. There's a little area in downtown Brooklyn where I would like to hang out that does that all the time, and there's places in Soho that do that. So I think I might just, you know, I think a lot of my hesitation with this island was that I'm overthinking. Like I literally live in a city. Like, I have lived in New York City my entire life, okay? So there are places and little nooks and little crannies that like I could take inspo from and just make it pink. And now that I have come to that mind-blowing conclusion, citycore does not feel as scary as it did before. So even like right now while I'm playing with the simple panels, it's literally me just playing with the items. I have to just move it around, and that's really it. And I was I think, did I change the color of that garden wagon? I'm not sure. I think I did. Yeah, I did. I changed it to white because I felt like the white would be better. So anyway, I just looking at the footage back, I'm actually like low key, like really proud of myself for even like attempting this. And this is the first build that I'm not 100% happy with, and I'm gonna say that at the end of the video just so you guys know. But I am mostly satisfied with it. The only thing that I'm not happy with is that it still looks a little flat to me, but I feel like changing the color on certain panels will help. So it's really not that big of a deal for me. So I literally just I just kept playing around with the items, and honestly, like I said, there's a lot of items that really accommodate citycore, and I feel like once I finish this island, I will be much more comfortable playing around with towns and other structured builds like this. So I'm really looking forward to the next build, which is probably, like I said, it's going to be another small one. I think I am going to just go for the flea market for now until I can figure out what I want to do with the museum. So yeah, that's literally all of my ramblings for today. Like, I hope you guys are having a really great week so far. I'm sorry that my schedule has been a little wonky. I literally forgot to mention that I was going to do a different schedule this week just because I haven't been I just haven't, okay? I just haven't been. So yeah, you guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. My next video should be out on Friday or Saturday, so stay tuned for that. I love all of your faces, and I hope you guys have the most fantastic week. All right, everyone, I will see you guys at the end. Okay, Pixies, and that is a wrap for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think of this little row of apartment buildings in the comments down below. This area is definitely not finished. I still have to lay something on the ground so that it's not just green at the bottom. And honestly, when I realized that at the end of the video that like I didn't put any flooring down, I was actually a little miffed. So that is going to be a later problem and not a today problem. I just no, okay? I was racking my brain so hard about this, and I think it turned out pretty cute. I'm just kind of accepting that I'll probably never be 100% happy with this, but you know what, this is as good as it's getting for me, and I am okay with that. I am okay with that. So again, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see all of you beautiful people later. Bye.